Your fear of failure is stopping you from reaching your full potential. With the fear of failure also comes the need for perfectionism. They go hand in hand. But is failing really all that bad? And is the desire for perfectionism warranted? So let's say you have an idea for a drawing, and you can envision the finished product, you gather all your supplies, you get ready to put pencil to paper, and then you stop. Because suddenly you're thinking, what if I can't make my lines straight enough? Should I have that incredibly expensive tube of paint that I see all the pros using? Or maybe you're thinking on a larger scale and you want to be a full-time artist, but questions like, what if I can't make money when I have a slow few weeks? What if I go full-time and suddenly no one is interested in my work? While these are valid questions that you should be asking yourself, you also need to be able to make mistakes. Understanding why you might or actually have failed is the key to overcoming failure and the need for perfectionism. Now let's break down failure, as it is defined as a lack of success. But isn't it only considered a lack of success if you don't try? Because if not succeeding is failure, then technically you failed at tons of things in your life already, but you've turned out just fine. Take a 3-year-old child, for example. They are not going to start writing with perfect print the first time they ever hold a pencil. They will, however, improve with each bit of practice they get. Every crooked T or backwards R will eventually come together into neat print or even fancy script with repeated practice. They are given an explanation as to why the crooked or backward letters are incorrect, and once they understand why, they are able to improve. This same principle goes for nearly everything that you've done in life. Things like riding a bike or learning how to draw. You have to learn from the mistakes in the past and understand why something didn't work out the way you had planned, ultimately leading you to succeed. Now, I mentioned earlier how perfectionism goes hand in hand with the fear of failure. If you have to have everything perfect but can never quite achieve that, then you're setting yourself up to fail by placing unrealistic expectations onto yourself. Let's say you want to start posting videos to TikTok. Instead of starting with what you have, you wait until you can buy the latest phone to get the most high-definition video or the microphone that all the other influencers are using. Those high expectations are preventing you from making any progress at all. Or maybe you have all the supplies and equipment needed to make what you want, but you're still afraid to go forward with it. Maybe your need for perfectionism lies in how well your post does on social media. The perfectionist in you is thinking that it won't be received as well as you'd like, and it might not be. It's possible that the algorithm just isn't doing what it should be doing, and that's out of your control. Sometimes failure has very little to do with our own abilities and skill set, and more to do with factors that are out of our control, like the algorithm or unfortunate timing. So no matter your situation, waiting around until everything is perfect and having these unrealistically high expectations for yourself won't do you much good. At least not as much good as taking action right from the start would have. Fearing failure is a normal part of being human, but it shouldn't stop you from going after what you want. You have to accept that you won't be good at everything, but each attempt at that thing makes for a lesson that you are ultimately learning from. Take what I'm doing here, for example, putting myself out there and on YouTube for anyone to see. It can be a challenge to show up knowing that I don't have a large following, but I continue to do it for myself. I think a lot of people don't talk about the difficulties that come along with consistently showing up for yourself, how hard it is to show up at all, but also how to do it consistently. I don't have many followers or subscribers on any platform, but I continue to show up and put my best self out there. Am I afraid of failing? Yes, of course. I'm afraid of not succeeding, but I can't let that stop me from trying. This is why I believe failing is not necessarily a bad thing. The progress I've made is evident to me because I'm learning and improving with each video I make. Am I receiving thousands of views or even tens of likes on my videos? No. But I am progressing and trying, which counts as succeeding to me. I've learned how to edit my videos faster, what kind of music I like to put in the background, the types of shots I like to get, and I would not know any of this if I were still waiting around to afford a desktop computer so that I could edit on a bigger screen. And yes, this was something I was telling myself I needed to have, or else my videos wouldn't be good enough. Silly, I know. Every small action you take when discovering why you had a failed attempt leads to improvement. But if all you're able to do is wait around until you feel 110% ready or have all the equipment, then it will be extremely difficult to actually make any progress. What you can do instead is take small steps to reach your goal. If that is taking time to actively look for opportunities that will lead you to going full time, then that's great. So, for example, with this painting, I was putting it off for quite a while. I've had the paper, the supplies, the quote, all ready to go, but I was afraid to actually start, fearing I would somehow ruin it. I had to work up the courage to go for it and just start painting. I made small steps toward the finished product. I took my time working on the finished sketch, I made color comps, I tried to really give the final painting my best effort, and I also reminded myself of past successes I've had with painting, and that really did give me the courage I needed to just get started. It wasn't until I really had nothing else to do, more on that in a later video, that I decided to sit down and work on this painting. And honestly, I've been putting it off because the same anxiety-inducing thoughts came up again and again. What if I can't make my lines straight enough? What if the colors don't come out the way I planned? Should I wait until I have a few more paint colors to choose from? And the answers to all of those questions turned out to be true. My lines aren't perfectly straight, but I'm still proud of how close I got them to be without using tape. The colors came out darker than I hoped, but it's still a beautiful piece that I will proudly hang up on my wall. So is this a failure? No, because I gave it my best try, and I can now take what I have learned from this experience and apply it to all my other attempts, and you should do the same. This painting could have taken a turn for the worse somewhere along the way, and maybe I wouldn't want to hang it up on my wall, but it still would have been an attempt, a learning experience for me to figure out what went wrong and understand why. So try not to feel pressured to have it all figured out, and instead just start where you are and learn from your mistakes as you go. Make the art, film the video, write the chapter. Commit, and don't let that fear of failure stop you from making progress. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I post a new art video every Sunday, or at least I am trying to. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!